to another live PSA submission reveal by PC Sports Cards. This is Josh with PC Sports Cards. Like always, let's just get this test going. Let's make sure people are here. I know I didn't say that I was going to do this. I know I've been doing these on Fridays or Thursdays, but I got one of our orders back today and decided that I wanted to go live with it. This is what we are going to call the first 100 cards we're going to call the COVID case of 2018 Topps Update. So I ripped the case that we had sitting around of 2018 Topps Update and decided that we would grade a lot of this stuff, and that came back, and then a bunch of other stuff. What is going on, Tube Nachos? You know what? Let me pull this one thing real quick. Sorry. Just do something on my end, make my life a little bit easier. What's up, Joel? And then we have about 200 other cards that are in this submission. Some are ours. A handful are other customers or something like that, but most of these are our cards. First one, Futures Bright PSA 9. So we got about 58% PSA 10s. These 83s are super, super hard grades. You will see large runs of the same card in this order because, again, we ripped the case. What's up, Adam? We ripped the case, and we graded a lot of the stuff from that case. So here comes the first one. We got Acuna. We have all 14 Acunas that we pulled out of this case are here. 14 of them. The first one was a 9. 10. So, and oh yeah, by the way, there are monsters lurking at the back of this order. Absolute huge cards. This got checked in sometime in September, and it just popped last week. We sent it all in as a bulk order, but as you can see, can't really complain when you're hitting $300 card after $300 card here with PSA 10. Acuna's coming back. At the time that we did this rip, the case was $6,000. So we definitely have more value in it now when these came back than when we originally did the submission. Or originally did the rip. So for the Acunas, we went 10 out of 14. Very happy with that. Again, this is a Q&A as well, so feel free to ask me questions. We'll talk about our weekends. Just hang out for about an hour, probably 45 minutes to an hour to go through this 330 card order. We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I was just really happy to share one of our orders that came back. I'm pretty sure we're live on Facebook. Nobody has messaged or sent anything on Facebook yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but it is what it is. So next up after Acuna, you know who's coming next, right? We have our stack of Sotos. Yep, the sealed wax is about 9,000 or 10,000 right now for a case. I think net we're going to be profitable over that number from ripping this case, and that's without any monster hits. But we did do very well. I'm the one that ripped it. I'm the one that put everything into sleeves right away. So I took care of the cards. I sort of know how to take care of cards at this time in my life. So we got 9s and 10s on mostly everything from that case. We did get a 6. We happen to get a 6 all the time. So since we every order we get a 6, so it's fun. We sort of just have to figure out what card it's going to be. All right, we got our first question of the day. Jack, if you had to choose one product to buy right now and hold for 9 to 12 months, what would you pick? 9 to 12 months would mean that I'm probably buying some kind of baseball product. If we're talking a shorter time frame, it's probably football or basketball. Another update. So we're talking some kind of baseball product. So I'd probably say one of the main 3 Topps products, 1, 2, or update. Maybe 2019 Series 2 is going to probably go up a bunch with Tatis blowing up and Alonso's having a good start to the year. And then Eloy's going to come back. So that has some good upside in it. You know, I'm not one that thinks – we got some Soto 83s. I'm not one that thinks that we need anything else, that you need to really try to outthink anybody. You know, if you talk – you could be buying this year's football – I think NT is down at a really strong buy price right now. Maddie, I'm sorry we did not get any 4s or below. So we got our Otanis next. So this might be boring for some people that are watching that are like, oh my God, it's the same card over and over again. This is fun for me. I like Topps baseball. I like the the base product. It's my favorite product of the year. Here's our PSA 6 Ohtani. Somebody asked if we could look for why it got a 6 or why cards got lower than a 9 or a 10. So that's what I'm doing right now, obviously. Honestly, I don't think I see anything that is jumping out at me right away. Nothing that's really jumping out, so I don't know. No, this is not all baseball. We have some football in here coming later. I think there might be some basketball in here. Not much. It's mostly baseball and football. Yeah, it's tough on update. Don't really see it, especially inside the holder. It makes it much harder to see. What do you think about RJ Barrett as playoff coming? Everybody's on RJ Barrett right now. Dwayne Tomka. Oh, we got an at PC Sports Cards here, so I'm definitely going to have to click on this one. Need some advice. Purchase raw rookie Booby Witt. I like Booby Witt more than I like Bobby Witt. Do I express grade? And if so, BGS or PSA looks very close to a 10. So, Dwayne, that's a great question. What I would say is look over your centering and your surface. Your centering and your corners as good as possible. If centering's a little off, but corners are super, super tight, PSA. If centering is perfect, but corners a little white and not really super sharp, BGS. And obviously, auto matters. So as long as the auto looks good, BGS is still fine. If the auto looks bad, immediately PSA. Is it one of the corners with a fold that counts as creasing, causing the PSA 6? I don't know. I looked at the corners, didn't really see anything there. So again, all right, we had an Ohtani short print. Unfortunately, got a 9 on the short print. So you may not know it, but the rookie debut Acuna, also a $400 card. Somehow this card is $400. It used to be like $4 for a gold when it came out, so that's cool. Yeah, the streams are a lot more fun than the live ones. I'm actually recording this stream as well, so I could put this stream as a video. I love the rainbow foils. Rainbow foils are like refractors for me. Thanks, Brett. Glaber Gold 9. As you can see, I mean, so we did a little less of the Glabers. PSA 9. PSA 10. So I would say we probably went about 75 to 85% on the update stuff, which is perfect. That's the right number that you want to go. It means we probably didn't leave out any 10s. And even though we got some 9s, I mean, the 9s of the Acuñas and Sotos are still really strong cards. Oy. So with baseball season getting started, who are you guys buying right now? Is everybody on the Acuña train? And guys, I haven't said this yet, but if you want to see these videos when we go live, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell, get alerts whenever we do it. You'll see it whenever we pop up, whenever we record something and put it up. Rainbow foil rookie debut. Austin Meadows. Gold Austin Meadows PSA 10. If you guys haven't done it yet, check out our eBay PC_sports cards. Our auctions that are ending on Thursday are already over $250,000. We have some absolute beast cards going up. And then if you check our regular daily auctions, we have some more commodity type investment cards that are out there. So obviously this is Austin Meadows' turn. We have a ton of stuff that's going up. We are listing 2,000 plus cards per week. So we are always getting more and more stuff up there. We are a top 10 seller of cards value-wise on eBay. And we are a top 5 seller of PSA graded cards, as if that made sense. What's up, Cranky? Your dad's probably been a good buy. All right, we have another question. Yeah, Randy, I know you're on the Verdugo train. You're always on the Verdugo train. Been on that train for a long time. I have a quick question. I got a Jalen Reagor Genesis debut. I want a PSA graded. What's the lowest price? Time doesn't really matter. Card looks at least a 9. Jeremiah, if you want it in PSA, you're just going to have to wait till they reopen. Their cheapest price right now is $300 a card. Obviously, you should not be sending that card in for that. It's probably worth more than that. That's probably more than the card is worth. When they reopen, the price for group submissions is somewhere between $25 and $30 for that kind of card. They may change their prices, but I don't think so. Patrick, great question. When's the live date of the new website? We are still not sure. We had some major changes that we had to get made, so they're still working on those. Once those major changes are done, we'll have a better timeline. I'm going to guess by the end of May the latest, but like every time I guess a time frame, it gets pushed back. So here's probably a mistake that we made, but we have Michael Soraka gold. What do you say to the trolls when they see videos like this and say that why is PSA so backed up? Why would this video make why would this get that comment? I mean, the Acuna update's a $300 card. The Soto update's a $300 card. Soraka, we made a mistake, right? This isn't worth grading right now, but he was a stud when we did this. When we going into last year, he had great upside, so that's why we did it. You'll see the next guy that we had that was in this also that most people probably wouldn't have graded, but we graded, and now we have a ton of. We have I think we went perfect on the next card, so that's going to be pretty cool that we have 12 of the next guy, which you could probably see if you look closely on the left of the screen. And if they don't want to, if they're blaming us, that's fine. But most of the cards that we send in aren't ours. So close that up. And this is the next one. We got Shane Bieber coming up next. Stack of Shane Bieber. If it wasn't for DeGrom, everybody would be talking about Shane Bieber. And I think that we have 12 of them here. HGA is a good option. PSA down. I think the cards look dope. Doug, I don't know anything about HGA, but I'm going to disagree with you very strongly. Very, very strongly. It may look cool if you have one card or two cards, but if you start making full displays of cards and they have different colors and stuff like that, by the way, guys, this is 12 for 12 on Shane Bieber. So if you start mixing all those different colors, it starts to look confusing, and I don't really love it. So if we would have sold these right away raw, they're like $5 or $8 each. And getting them graded, these are going for $125, $150, maybe even $200, right? So that's probably like $2,000 worth of Shane Bieber cards that we could have sold for probably, if we were lucky, $100 at the time of doing that, sending it in. We got a Japan's Finest PSA 10 Black, number 267. This is a pretty cool card. Probably a pop one. Yeah, people bash it all the time. Yeah, Riley Green is a good buy. Willie Adames PSA 10. Black. David Boat Gold. Derek Rodriguez Black. Rainbow Foil Franmil Reyes. I mean, he's absolutely mashing. Stole a base yesterday. He's a beast. He's the same size as Aaron Judge. Curious, Josh, you heard any rumors truth that PSA may have been testing Gentleman software since January before acquiring the company? I haven't heard that. I mean, I would assume that they were testing software because I don't think they would buy them without testing it first. I don't think that you make that investment without knowing what you're buying. That would make sense, but I don't know. 2018 products grade pretty well. Update wasn't that easy. I don't have the number offhand, but I don't know if it was that easy. Robert. We got a Dominguez Prospects PSA 10. Again, most of these cards are ours. Some of them are for some customers of ours. And I am telling you, guys, when I tell you there's monsters, we're talking about some 5-figure cards in the back of this order. So 1 or 2. And then a bunch that are 4-figure cards. So this is a really cool order overall. Joel, I totally agree with you. You sub them, they come back at 10, you're making money. If somebody wants to knock it, the real knock is on PSA for letting the value stay, right? Hyper pink, right? It's really about the value being there. It used to be when I first started grading cards, if you got a 9, you lost money. So you were pickier with what you sent in. You didn't just send everything in. And then that changed to if you send in anything and you get a 9 on it, you're making money. If you send in anything, you're making money. LeBron Silver Select, this is a cool card. Probably a low pop. So what's the point? If you're going to make money, do it. If they want to knock it, that's on them. Stargazing Giannis Blue. Mosaic Silver Giannis. We picked up a huge Giannis recently. Zion Draft. PJ Washington base. Brett. In your opinion, does PSA start taking cards in July or some day later? I would think that they're going to start taking cards 7 of 25 on the Lamar Jackson die cut tie-dye. I would guess they're going to start taking cards. I will tell you that we have seen a Randall, you just got to wait, man. You just got to wait. Sorry, bro. You got to be patient. We have seen a lot of our orders get checked in and a lot of them get to QA. I think they've really improved a lot of their processes already in the last month. So I would definitely think that they'd be opening up in July. I don't think there's going to be anything delayed. Josh Jacobs, 20 of 75. So all the select cards that you see here, we actually bought a bunch of select boxes from Panini Direct, and these were all pack pulled by us as well. Lots of 9s, but some 10s in here as well. Shut up, Adam. Adam said, let's go Yankees, and is a huge Mets fan, supposedly, but always posts negative things. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're just a closet Yankees fan. At least if something's going to grade, it's the white prism, right? If something's going to get a 10, and that looks freaking sick. Drew Lock Silver. I watched him. I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Pats, and I've never seen a starting quarterback try to lose a game so badly. He really wanted to lose that game. Drew Lock, PSA 9. Another winning guy that we sent in. Look how many horrible cards we sent in. Stidham. You guys are going to be really pumped. You guys are going to be really pumped about this next one. Oh, yeah. That's right, guys. We got caught with the Dwayne Haskins train also. We got caught on the Dwayne Haskins train also. Oh, cool. We got a field level PSA 10. Cool, Dwayne Haskins. The monster cards, no. Some of them are one of our customers, and some of them are ours. Nicky Bosa Silver. We did good on select, fellas. Patty Mahomes, PSA 9. Yes, it is 100% a business for most people. Hopefully a lot of those people are also collectors. I love this card. This was on my buy list, so I'm happy we got one. To me, We're buying A.J. Brown. I love A.J. Brown. Love that he's a keeper on my Dynasty team. Field level silver PSA 10. I love all of these cards. I'm happy that we have these in. Hunter Renfrow, field level at least. Rodgers. A lot of these cards are going to go on our auction. Remember, guys, PC underscore sports cards on eBay. Some absolute beasts ending this week. We started what we call the auction. It stands for Thursday High End. It's going to be our high-end auction ending at the last Thursday of every month. If you want to check it out, want to get cards into it for the next one, pcsportscards.com/consignment. You can get your cards in there. We do run regular auctions and higher-end auctions every Thursday. Thursday is our higher-end cards. McCaffrey. So check those out. We have a lot of stuff going on over there. We did sign our lease. We should be moving soon, so that's cool. Haskins, so much Haskins up. Everybody's up Daniel Jones now, right? We have Daniel Jones premier level silver. Yeah, we took a chance on Kyler on those two guys. We both liked Stidham. Blue Prism, very cool looking card, even as a 9, number to 175. More Daniel Jones. What's up, Wampole? Yeah, he's got Galladay. Hopefully the Giants draft a receiver. They'll probably pick whoever the worst pick that they can make is what they'll probably end up doing. Patrick, shoot us an email. I don't know what email address. Just email it to me, josh@pcsportscards.com. We're probably going to look to hire more when we get into the new office and get set up and start really able to turn the wheel, as they would say. More DJ. Again, most of these cards, actually all the select and all the update we pulled. Yeah, I mean, the good thing is this week you guys know you're going to get you're going to get some kind of draft review video from Zach. Right? Like, you know that's coming. Sorry, I got to look. Minshew. We're in New York, on Long Island. We got gambled on Minshew, too. Fighting mustache from Wazoo. DK Silver. I mean, that is a highlight of this week every year, right, Dave? We got TB12. Wish that was a 10. That'd probably be a big card. But this one's a 10. Light blue prism die cut, number 299. Nine. Regular silver got a PSA 10. Can't complain about Brady PSA 10s no matter what. PSA 9. PSA 10. Kyler field level PSA 10 rookie. That's a good card. Silver PSA 9. Well, we had update in the beginning. Now we have some select, and then we're going to go back to some baseball. We have some Bowman Chrome stuff coming up next, I think. We do have some monsters. I am not lying to you guys, I promise. This is a bulk order, guys. So trying to fly through some of these guys. Oh, we got a 7. I didn't even realize we had a 7 in here. I only saw the 6 when I was looking through it. It's probably up here. Phenomenon Prism. Happy to do them, Craig. Really happy to do them. And I like doing it this way also. You know what? I'm actually recording this video, so I'm going to have this live, and then I'm going to pop it up as tomorrow's video also. So Deebo Samuel, I think I like doing them live more than I like doing the videos. I'm going to start doing some of the stats and stuff, but this is a fun one for me, especially when it's our cards. This is a sick looking Barry Sanders. Number to 75, field level, blue on blue. That's a pretty one. Tricolor. All of the select is 2019. Yes. Harris Campbell, that was a good decision. Darrell Henderson, I guess we were just grading every color refractor that we hit. Every color prism we hit, I guess we were grading. Terry McLaurin, 9. Most of the football we're going to hold. Probably not selling most of the football. Some of the baseball, we'll probably auction a bunch of the baseball and a bunch of the PSA 9 stuff. Preston Williams, field level PSA 10. Huge card here. I don't know why I'm saying it. I'm lying. I have no idea why I graded this. Saquon stained glass PSA 10. We have this all right card next. Joe Adele orange auto. You got a 9. 13 of 25. Didn't lie. They're monsters. Now, these are one of our customers' cards, I believe. Bobby Witt. Bobby Witt orange PSA 10. Number 12 of 25. Saquon we're probably going to keep or auction. 199 Megabox pink refract. That's a cool looking card. These videos aren't meant for being sales videos or anything like that. This is just reveals, question and answer, chat. Usually we just sell everything on our eBay, PC_sports cards. It's a lot easier for us to manage that way. And mostly we just do auctions because they get the same price no matter what. Mega Bobby Witt. Dominguez Mega. It's all good, Noah. It's all good. If we ever make a sales one, I'll probably just make that and put that in the title and have it say sales. Whit Merrifield black refractor, number 25. Lubob. Tillo orange. LeBron. Oh, hi, Andrew. How are you? Hold on. Let's see if we can do this. I'm going to invite my friend Andrew to jump on here with us. Andrew, if you click that link, you could jump on with us also, and you could talk about the cards that come up. Doing all right. Click the link I just sent you, Phillips. Do you still regularly open new product to grade? What do you think the best way to get raw cards drip on your own breaks? eBay. eBay's tough because you don't know who's grading what. We don't really rip a lot of our own stuff anymore. We just sell it as sealed wax. This was just literally a Corona case, guys. Like, I was sitting at home, bored in April, and I was just like, I need to do something. And I had the case of Update sitting around. We have the boxes. Every once in a while, we just rip boxes. So that's really how we did it. And the Select, yeah, we still have like 8 or 10 boxes of the Select sitting around also. I invited Phillips to jump on here with us to give us his insight, which is always fun. I also like making fun of Phillips, so it's easy. If he wants to jump on, doesn't look like he wants to click my link, so that makes it harder. Some Dominguez. I would say joining breaks is a good way to get raw stuff because you know at least it's clean. eBay, I'd write down everything. Can't wait to see what my brother and his express order gets. You didn't click the link. You didn't even see it. I'll send it to you again. Sorry if you don't know how to use technology. Let's see what Marcus says over here. Can't wait to get the order back. Our first time with you guys should be back as soon as it's been 2 months plus. Yeah, so we did see some movement on some of the express orders today. I know one of them moved to QA1. So hopefully those start coming back soon. We actually have some cards in some of those orders also, so we would like them to come back because we like getting our cards graded back also. Randall's thinking that I lied to him about high-end cards, which is cute. Even though he's not saying it, I know he's sitting there thinking it. Good timing for the Jokers to come back. Hopefully that moves soon. Porter Jr. Silver. We're getting to the bigger cards. We have them at the back of the order. Green Mosaic Curry. I sent you a link. Click the link I sent you. I sent it to you via Messenger. I think Peyton Manning is very undervalued also. Braun Red Ice. Brady. LeBron dominance. I love yelling at you, Andrew. Oh, I see you finally read the message. There's always a chance that somebody will play somewhere else, man. Look at Tannehill. Sorry, let me read the question or the comment. Corey said, he's such high hopes. He had such high hopes for Jarrett Stidham. Any chance he'll ever start? Yes, look at Tannehill. There's always a chance. Somebody just needs to get into the right situation. Refractor Trout. It's a cool card. Nick Chubby Wubby. Would have been nice to get this card back earlier in the year. Sexton Gold Auto PSA 10. Numbered 5 of 10. So question, buy, sell, hold, basketball, baseball, football. I am buying football, selling basketball, and holding baseball. Give each one one. Basketball will turn into a buy very soon, I think. This is a Zach PC card. Zach, this is Zach's Queens PC. Quentin Holmes, red auto. Monster. Tatum silver auto PSA 9. Still love Tatum. So I believe these are all our cards. No, yes, these are ours. CJ Abrams 10. Not the last Dustin May Gold you're going to see in this order, but an 8 on this one. McClanahan of 25-9. Number 1 pitching prospect in baseball, Mackenzie Gore, 9. I love how they call this. They can't call this like collared shirt or anything like that. They call it brown pants. Brown pants short print PSA 10. Marcus, your question of how long since they're in assembly, it changes with every order, man. I wish I can give you a better answer on that, but it changes with every order. So it's different. Derek Johnson. Pull the Sick Burrow field level, red disco 49. There are several faint print lines on the back front. Spotless grade or sell it. I would most likely grade that card. Uh-oh, we got trouble here. Andrew Phillips is in. Andrew Phillips, everybody. Look at that beautiful mug. Is it wearing your Buck shirt?
Yeah, why not?
So Andrew runs Andrew, tell everybody what you do, because I don't want to talk about it. I'll make fun of you too much.
That's probably true. I run apboombox.com. It's a repack product, and I sell to breakers and break myself, and also deal with singles. I've dealt with Josh and Zach for 5-6 years now.
How about an Eric Pardino Superfractor? What do you think of that?
That's pretty cool.
Look at the excitement. Where's your other chair? Didn't you used to have this awesome chair?
This is the wife just snuck back in the back. You see that Army crawl?
Andrew,
this is the chair. This is the chair.
Oh, I thought it was bigger than that. All right, that's what she said. She's right there. Yeah, you can ask her. Andrew? What are your thoughts on Kyle Tucker? Hold, buy, or sell?
Hold, buy, or sell. Well, I know Dan Silverstein is huge on him. I don't have any of Tucker. I never really did, but he's good. I mean, there's a lot of upside, I think, to him still. He's one of these like older type prospects that have been sort of, everyone's like, oh, I don't have any Tucker. But then I think if he blows up, I'm going to be one of the ones who regrets it as well. There's so many new names coming out. Oh yeah, I know, but I usually sell stuff to you super cheap, so that's why. But there's so many new names coming out.
Some of this stuff was from you.
Really? Like what?
I don't know. We passed it already.
Not that.
Not the Hunter Green Superfractor. That's 3 Superfractors.
Any 10s or just 9s?
There's a bunch of 10s in here. 58% 10s. This is another one, Andrew. Good. Andrew, we got a lot of questions for you. Here we go.
Go ahead. Sure.
What do you think about Saquon Barkley?
Oh, God. Saquon Barkley is nothing without a line. I'm all about drafting. The Giants want to draft Waddle at 11. Great. I mean, Barkley, if he comes back, will be fine. As we all know, a good running game opens up a good passing game, and a good passing game opens up a good running game. But if you don't have a good line, a left tackle, left guard, like who's he? I'm afraid he's going to get hurt again.
Another Superfractor, and look, it's a 10 this time.
That's pretty nice.
I don't know who this is. Andrew, I know you talk a lot about sports, and you're doing this for a long time now. Tell everybody what you did before you started AP Boom.
Before any of this, I worked in the newspapers in Manhattan. That's nice. I like this kid, Bruhan. I worked in newspapers here in Manhattan, Daily News, New York Post, and I also worked for RotoWire doing fantasy sports, fantasy baseball. Covered the fantasy Titans football. So yeah, I've been around it for a long time.
In other words, Andrew knows what he's talking about. So
most of the time,
except he's wearing a Buck shirt right now, but he calls himself a Giants fan, so that's a little confusing.
Well, that's because I took them to win the Super Bowl before the season started. So I went all in and I won, and so I wear it to remind myself I was lucky.
What's up, Anton? Maybe we'll get you on here one day, Anton. Me and you would be that would be fun if we could do that. I asked Gio if he wanted to come on, but he was too busy driving in traffic for me.
Anton,
red.
That's pretty nice. Anton's sleep schedule is all messed up compared to ours.
He's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
To Sean Bronze, they got to do something with him, right?
I don't know what's going to happen with him. Everyone is like buying him up like that his career is over. His prices tank so much.
This one you're going to like.
Red Adele.
First Chrome Adele Red.
Do you remember the Vlad Superfractor like that? I sold to you for like $300.
That we sold for $2,000. Yeah. What about it?
Yeah. Well, I think we both have some regrets, right?
You ready for this one?
Yeah. I see it already. Pretty nice. Dude, what do you think about the dual PSA, like PSA 10-10, the dual grade?
So I told you, first of all, I told everybody we had $10,000 cards in here. This is now a $10,000 card. You know that, right?
Yeah. He's on fire.
He's absolutely bonkers, right? I think there's value there. This wouldn't be a 10 auto. It looks like it goes off a little bit, but I mean, it's perfectly centered and super sharp.
Do you think it's worth for people subbing to pay for that?
So my feeling with autos has always been, if it's like a Glasnow or a DJ Peterson or something like that, where they have a crappy auto to begin with, and there's not like Stanton, right? and there's even Mackenzie Gore, right? And there's a lot of bad autos. Then I have value in it, but if it's somebody that is always a 10 auto, then I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think?
I think it's more like like the touching a little bit like that, but also I think the premium players. I think people will pay just like those Mike Baker stickers. You know, like I have a Bobby Witt that has great subs and has a Baker sticker, and like I don't love the idea of the sticker, but like people will pay a premium for it, and you know if it's worth, that's a nice Badoo coming up. If people like,
we didn't remember that we had this in this order. We have another one that's raw. And then we have this one that was in this order. So we have two.
They bumped him up to second in the order too.
So we have two of the 5. We looked back and we sold an orange last year for $70.
It wasn't me, was it?
Oh, Andrew, we got a good question. No, it wasn't you. Andrew, here's a good one. Everybody that watches my videos and all that stuff understands me and listens to me a lot with what I say. And in terms of that, they don't follow what I say. They just hear what I'm saying. And so Josh's question, I like the name, first of all. Do you agree with me that Tua is a sell? As a Dolphin fan, I don't believe in him. I think he's terrible.
So he is borderline terrible, okay? Fair. However, if Miami keeps building around him, the bottom line is if you make little short, shitty, dinky passes down the field and go down the field and score touchdowns and win games, like Ryan Fitzpatrick, obviously, like guys like that who can be successful, for lack of a better word, it's kind of I guess kind of shocking how people are so down on him, because if he scores touchdowns, if he wins games, if he runs like a West Coast style offense and he keeps producing to an extent, like maybe not those big flashy plays we're accustomed to from like the Drew Brees, and those are nice, the Drew Brees stuff, and, you know, Brady and like these crazy comebacks and things like that. But maybe, you know, if they keep winning games, I think his value should be.
So my feeling with that is if you're like a 6'4" guy that could throw over everybody and throw lasers into small holes that are close, like throw those slants and stuff and comeback routes, then good. But if you're like 6'1", not mobile, not fast, how long is that going to last?
True, but I think he's more mobile than people think. I think a lot of I think there's an extended window here of like, I think fear, just based on watching him play in college and watching him at the NFL level, just the fear of re-injuring himself. Like that injury was so bad. It was like Bridgewater bad almost, right? And it's something that if he sort of lets him, it's like taking the training wheels off. Like look at Lamar. Look, Lamar wasn't even utilized in the first year. He didn't do anything. I mean, I think he has like his own set of restrictions in his own mind that he doesn't want to get hurt again. He's learning the system. I think he's smart. I think he just needs a little bit more help. I don't think he's a buy at these crazy NTRPA prices of $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, but it wouldn't surprise me. They seem to be all in on him. I don't hate him. That you dropped the most expensive part of the sub. I don't hate him.
I didn't drop it.
I think that. Yeah, I know. Sorry. Well, same difference. I think that right now he's not a bona fide stud like the other guys in the class. But I mean, look at Hurts too. There's another question like about buy, sell, or hold Jalen Hurts. Like Hurts is another guy who's like, he's all the talent in the world. One, do the Eagles have enough confidence in him? Does he have enough confidence in himself? It's debatable. I have a little bit of Hurts, not a lot. And I just got like my first two Tua cards in like months last week. The prices for Herbert are out of control. I don't think he's going to win that division, but there's, you know, these teams, when you invest in a quarterback, it's not like almost investing in cards. They're investing in guys for years. So you're going to be stuck with Tua for at least this year, and think of all the stuff that they gave up to get him.
It's
I'm not going to buy him at current prices.
I don't remember exactly what the trade was that they gave up. First of all, Andrew, I mean, I love you, man. You could talk. You're a talker, brother. I love it. If I don't cut you off, if I don't cut you off, you could just go on for hours. So for those that are out there that just want to see the submission and don't want to stick around, Andrew and I probably talked for a little bit. That's the whole submission. I appreciate everybody that watched that. We're going to answer questions. We can hang out for a little bit, right, Andrew? I'm sure your wife isn't telling you what to do yet, and I don't have to go home quite yet. So, yeah, that was a lot of our cards. The two on the screen are still our cards. I'm going to leave those up there because my other camera is not set up to look at me. But I want to let everybody, if you're looking for more cards in the submission and whatever, we're done with that part of it. We're going to post this on YouTube. You'll see it up there. If you have any questions, just stick around. We're gonna shoot the shit for a little bit. And it's actually, I enjoy talking to Andrew, even though we don't talk a lot.
So I know, me too.
I
think that Brady was a great card right now too.
So yeah, the Badu is a great card. What's up, Schilling? Oh yeah,
Invite
for the Rangers game last night. Oh, it was lost with mine.
One to the wife.
Schilling, it was lost with mine. We know that, right? This is a good question.
Yeah.
Which QB class will end up being better, 2020 or 2021? Me personally, overall class, I think 2020 is going to be better. But Trevor Lawrence is going to – I mean, he's going to be special, right?
I was reading an interview with Mel Kiper Jr. this morning, I think, last night. It all blends in together. And he was saying that Trevor Lawrence is tied for or is the highest grade he's ever given a quarterback coming out of college.
Who did he tie, or who is he?
He's been around for 40. He didn't say, but he's been. He was talking. He's been doing it for 43 years, right? And he's had his highest grades. He admitted freely he's made some mistakes. He gave Ryan Leaf a fantastic.
I was gonna say, is he tied with? I was gonna say, is he tied with Ryan Leaf? Is he tied with Jamarcus Russell? Let's see. Come on.
Kiper said that Leaf was like his biggest mistake. He had a great grade for him, and he just didn't pan out. I mean, but then it's interesting. This class is different because it's so deep, right? I think the other ones, they're more stud quarterbacks, right? Like Burrow and Herbert. Like, those are the guys. Like I remember telling Grant, like, before Herbert played, I was like, we should buy Herbert. He's not. I said it's going to be great. He's not going to play. I watched all the games at Oregon. He's not going to play. No one will know anything about him. We'll get him super cheap. And then this guy punctured Taylor's lug, and now look what happened.
That was my plan also with Poland, right? We were going to buy him. We were going to let him sit, and then all of a sudden he comes in, and it's like, I think I posted on Facebook last year, he had the best 0-4 start to any quarterback's career ever.
He was losing by 2-3 points a game. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And I was just sitting there just like, oh my God, can you at least wait till like NT comes out before you start playing? Wait a year, like, come on.
Waldman had the black 1 of 1 from Select Redemption that I think he sold for a couple grand, and I still kicking myself for passing that. All right, let's see what we got here. Derek Johnson, little pricing question. How do I price Jordan Love Select Concourse Black Disco 1 of 1? Who knows if when he sees the field? Sell now, grade and hold. Personally, this is the third or fourth replacement that they've drafted for Aaron Rodgers. It's a Concourse Black Disco. It's not really the black, so it's sort of an in-between kind of card. That's a card that I would probably grade it just so people aren't going to complain about condition, unless you think it's fine. And then I would auction that card off and get rid of it as soon as possible, because I don't think that you should own that card when the season starts.
Yeah, it's interesting. Guys who have cards like that, like the 101s that are nice cards, but there are not the true 101s, right? So somebody tried to sell me a few months ago as a Herbert. I think it was like a mosaic black gold number to 8 or something like that, but it wasn't the true black gold number to 8. It was the what was it, NFL debut. It was like one of the insert sets, right?
Right.
And he was quoting me comps of at the time, 7,000, 8,000, whatever it was. And I was like, honestly, this is probably worth $3,000 at the time. You should sell it. And he was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that it was not the true black, whatever, because it's an insert. I'm sure that it's not like the true 101, but stuff like that, like the black disc, with the very niche cards. I would agree with Josh. I would move stuff that like that quickly. I would get them graded, pay the premium, sub with these guys. These guys are obviously the best. Look what's going on. But they're.
I'm gonna interrupt
for 2 years.
I'm gonna interrupt you. Don't send it to us right now. Send it directly to PSA. There's no reason to send cards.
That's true too.
Super Express through a group submitter. Don't pay somebody $400 for something that you could sell for $300. Right?
That's true too. Yeah, that's also true. So it's sort of hard thing to remember, like how backed up PSA is, right? And
Well,
this is
it's
how
not only
backed
they're
up you
backed
guys
up.
were too.
They're not taking orders that are that are discounted for group submissions. So send it yourself. There's no reason to spend extra time sending it to somebody else for them to send it in right now.
That's true.
Next question: Trey Young, a buy, a sell, or a hold? Listen, if you want to gamble on something, Trey Young's not a bad gamble in my mind right now. I don't think there's a ton of risk in him because if they make a run, he's going to be the one making the run. So if the Hawks move a little bit in the playoffs, it's going to be Trey Young, so he's going to go up. But if you don't believe in them making a run, you think they're going to get knocked out in the first round, get rid of them, buy him back in 2 or 3 months. What do you think, Andrew?
I think honestly, I think guys like that, guys like Trey Young, it's like they're very safe, right? Like you said, they're very safe. It's very safe to get a Trey Young. With basketball, I don't have a lot of basketball just because the fluctuations can go so just all over the place, right? Because
John Morant went from $700 to $300.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but also think about this, right? Like you said, you sell now, you buy back in 2 or 3 months, because if you have a Trey Young type player, whether it's Trey Young, whether it's Morant, whether it's somebody else, they get knocked out of the playoffs, the spotlight's gone. So you all of a sudden you're riding this Trey Young train, which is like it's like up, but it's like pretty steady. It's pretty safe. It's like buying like Exxon stock, right? It's like it's a good investment. It's fine. He's not going to kill somebody. He's not going to average 5 points a game. Like he's very secure, and there's no reason to buy him when the playoffs start. If you have like FOMO, but like Josh said, if you want him and you want him at a peak price, then buy now. If you want a little bit of discount, wait till they get knocked out of the playoffs.
So not for nothing, we're doing a little project over here where we're working on some historical pricing and some trends. And if you had X number of dollars to spend at a certain time, what was the best buy? How can you make money? And one of the things we're doing is PSA 9 and PSA 10 prices of the commodity cards, so their main rookie card, over every 3-month period for the last year. And Trey is actually down 47% in the last 3 months, which to me means you're buying Trey at 340. You're buying John Morant at 325. Like, that seems really cheap, right? So I think it's a good risk. Like, and if they get knocked out, or when they got knocked out, because the Hawks are not going to the finals, they're not winning the championship. So are you going to how much further down can it go? 230, 250? How high can it go? $500-$600? So what's your risk tolerance, right?
Perfect example of like risk tolerance, and also just in general, just the fluctuation from, like, for example, look at somebody like Tyler Hero, right? Making that run last year, his silvers were doing 1550, okay, during the finals, 1550, and then they dropped to what, $600, $650, because everyone's like all hyped, and then he just.
The perfect example is freaking Luka when he knocks down that 3 to win the game, and it goes from 1,400 to 2,000. Then they lose the next game, and it goes down to 1,200. So, I mean, here's a good one. We got to move on. We can't just answer the same question over and over again, Andrew. Come on. Henry Chan, do you think most in the hobby are making money? I see so many ripping, breaking, razzing. There's ought to be guys that are losing a ton of money. What key advice do you have aside from buying what you like? So I think a lot of people are making money. Buying what you like, I think, is the number one thing. Don't buy something you hate. Don't buy something that you don't understand. But if you want to make money, I think the hardest way to make money in this hobby is ripping and joining breaks.
Yes, I 100% agree. The other thing, which is interesting too, is that a good point to touch on is that buying what you like, right? Buying what you like. If I am a Yankees fan and I want a Derek Jeter autograph from Transcendent, I'm going to try to find a Derek Jeter autograph from Transcendent for $700 rather than buy into Transcendent breaks on Leighton or Fire, any of these guys, because that's, $900 a spot. Sure, you could do a $4,000 Jeter 101, sure, but most of the time you're going to get killed breaking. There's no problem, like Josh said, buying what you know. That's fine. You can definitely buy what you need. You should definitely buy what you know. If you want to reach out, you want to speculate a little bit and buy stuff you don't know, that's fine too. Just don't go overboard. If you have 100% of your entire card case portfolio, don't put 80% into stuff you don't know. Like if you don't know anything about basketball, don't buy 40 RJ Barrett silvers and watch all of his nicknames and be like, oh, please, I hope he scores 50 points, because then you're setting yourself up for failure. Buy stuff you know, stick to what you know. You can dabble in like
that might be
things that you don't know.
That might be the smartest thing I've ever heard you say.
It's possible. Like I don't know anything about soccer or Pokemon, but I have like 2 or 3 cards because just in case. I don't know. What if Charizard hits 450?
So yeah, another one. I have a Luis Patino first Bowman Chrome Auto PSA 10. What do you think the best way to sell is? I mean, Michael, the best way to sell, forget about Proceed, forget about PWCC, PCSportscards.com/consignment. Check it out. Send it over to us. Check out our fee schedule. It's competitive with all those guys. We get, like I said earlier, we're in the top 10 in overall sales for cards on eBay, and we're in the top 5. I think we're in the top 3 actually of PSA 10 graded cards for sale. So if you want to auction that card, it's probably the best way to move it anyway. I would just send it to us and let us run it for you.
And not for nothing, I've never sent stuff to Propstein. I've bought from Propstein because it's super close to New Jersey, and I get stuff in a day or two. You know, I've heard bad stories about both of those companies. Just not trying to shit on them or anything, but just like stuff sort of gets lost. Sort of sometimes it gets there's a higher probability you're going to get forgotten about by Propstein or PWCC rather than somebody like with Josh and Zach, because they handle everything and look like they're live answering your questions. Now you to try to get one of those guys on the phone even is not that easy. If you have a $250 card you want to sell, and after consignment fees, you're going to get what, $220, $250 from Propstein and $231. If you're arguing about $5-10, use the guys who can talk to you and we'll talk to you. Treat you just a number.
And following that up, Andrew, we have a very important question from John.
Sure.
How do you find time to do interviews, Andrew, with your busy work schedule?
Well, so actually, I'm not even kidding. I just woke up from a nap. I had my wife made me some delicious pasta. I took the dog to the vet where they cut her nails too short and she was bleeding all over the apartment. So I was cleaning that up. And then, Josh, I didn't even know this was a thing until 5 minutes before. But I woke up. I took 2 Tylenol because my legs hurt from doing nothing. And I figured I would hop on. I didn't even know this until 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, I was this order. So we didn't even know this order was coming back, right? We got our upcharge email for some of the cards. I didn't look at it. I just sent it to my guy. It came in and they opened. They're like, "Whose order is this?" And I looked at it. I'm like, "Oh, those are the update cards. You didn't see. I ripped the case of update in April last year, and so we got all of our Acuna, Soto, Glaber, Otanis. All those came back in this order, and I was pumped about it because we had this Acuna auto in it. So it was I'm just like, oh, I'll just do a live reveal. And I'm like, oh, I saw you on. I'm like, I'll have Andrew come on.
There was a question on the right side on the chat here that I saw. Somebody asked about LaMelo Ball.
So the reason I don't click on his questions is because he went to Ohio State. And I don't support anything Buckeye related. So I didn't want to click on it, but since you called it out, I feel like I should show everybody.
Well, it's something along the lines of like with LaMelo Ball and Prism. Vahe is here.
Hey, just go bid on the ones that we have on eBay.
Yeah, but the prices with Prism, it's this year at least. The price is so high, and you're not getting any generational talent. I don't think you're not getting Luka. You're not getting anyone like that. I mean. Look at Anthony Edwards. Zion. Guys like that. Look at Anthony Edwards. Sure, some days you look like, oh my God, Anthony Edwards. He scored 32 points. Great, that's great. He also took 39 shots.
So
it's
another point that I'm happy to agree with you here. We get our allocation of 1 or 2 cases of every product, and every basketball product that comes in is out the door within 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm holding almost every football product. I'm holding absolutely no basketball product.
Well, you're buying a lot of Burrow, right?
Burrow and Herbert.
Yeah.
Oh, Andrew, Vahe disagrees. Listen, LaMelo is good, but
He's very good. He's exciting.
It's
He's very good.
It's already priced at Luka and Zion levels. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Look at Herbert RPAs. I'm not buying Herbert RPAs. They're priced above what Mahomes was doing after he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I sent a football PSA submission of 20 cards a couple months ago. It's on level 3 of 8. So you're saying it's on it's order prep, research. It's on research and ID. No, I don't think it's going to be back before football season. I'm guessing that's what you mean by level 3 of 8. I was trying to figure that out, but I got it. So Vahi wants to know what's up, Andrew. Are you having anything more than pasta tonight? Or are we going out to eat? What are we doing?
I don't know. So I went to the Ranger game last night. I was looking at Knicks tickets tonight, but the problem is with the Knicks here in the city, the tickets were always expensive when they were bad, right? Now they're the 4 seed. Tickets that used to be $200 are now $550. Tickets that were $550 are now $1,550. Tickets were $1,550 are now $4,000. I'm more comfortable on my couch.
Fortunately for you, you're the richest person I know, so you could just go there no matter what anyway. I'm still shocked you haven't bought the Knicks.
If I buy the Knicks, I'd probably do it. I'd probably do 2 things. I'd probably rename MSG PC Sportscards Arena. That would be my first thing.
At no charge to us, we appreciate that.
No charge. No charge. Just like grading credit for like a year.
Sold. What's the deal?
Perfect. Not a bad idea. I'm thinking about it now. You got my juices flowing.
Yeah, so $1,000 tickets, not a lot of money, is too much money for him, but he's going to buy the Knicks.
It's just have you been to a game since COVID opened everything back up? So it's interesting, right? So in the last month, let's see, I've been to 2 Red Sox games, Mets game, 2 Rangers games. That's it. Yeah, in the last 4 or 5 weeks, and it's weird, man. It's cool because there's no lines for food, really. You can leave the arena. There's no crazy backlog of people. You can get to your seat. You don't have to shuffle by a bunch of people. There were 2 people in my row yesterday. It's interesting when you're walking around. The concessions are open for the most part. Probably 60% concessions are open. One thing that is striking, though, there are no vendors. There's no beer here, none of that, nothing like that. So that's a little bit disconcerting. It feels strange to go, but it does feel good to get out and do something sort of more normal.
A little bit off of the Andrew rambling thing that we're going down right now about sporting events that I haven't been to yet this year, but I plan on going to some Mets games soon. Who are you buying right now? I'm buying Herbert. I'm buying Burrow. I'm probably buying A.J. Brown. I'm probably buying some other wide receivers that have good quarterbacks. Maybe a couple of running backs that I think have good offensive lines and good quarterbacks. And
I have a question for you. I noticed on eBay last week a CeeDee Lamb RPA sold for I think the same or very comparable to a Justin Jefferson RPA, both the same type of patch, whatever. Who do you like more out of the 2 going forward, Jefferson or Lamb?
A.J. Brown.
I like A.J. Brown. I like all those guys. But I'm saying with those 2, I thought it was interesting because I thought the Jefferson would outsell the Lamb.
So the thing is that I think
good margin.
So I don't like Dak as a quarterback, but I like him more than Cousins. So a lot of that has to do not only with how good the receiver is, but how good the person getting the ball is. Right? Yeah. So they're both going to need to make a change. And I think the Vikings make a change sooner. I don't know if it's going to be good for Jefferson or not. I don't see the Cowboys making a change, so I don't really love CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is also, the 3rd option there with Amari Cooper. And
I think the Cowboys and the Vikings are built they're very similar, right? They have a good running back, both teams.
Jefferson has Thielen also, right? Right, Samson? But Thielen's declining, right? He's not as good as he was a couple of years ago when they had Diggs, and I think that he's not I don't know if he's the deep threat. The deep threat's the one that's going to score the big touchdowns, and chicks dig the long ball, so do investors. So people are going to love the long home runs. So
what offense do you like more as a whole. I guess now Dallas's offensive line that was so highly touted for so many years is extinct, right? Is Thielen and Cook and Jefferson compared to like a Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Zeke and Dak?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Dak's going to throw the ball more than Cousins, right? Cousins has Cook,
Yeah,
and Cook is way. I don't care if their line is trash. The Vikings, Derek Johnson, he's on YouTube. I don't think you see. I don't know if you see the YouTube comments. Also,
I do. Yeah.
But Cook's insane, and Zeke just looks.
Cook does a lot of stuff. With a bad line, right? Like if he had a good line, forget it. I mean,
right. And Zeke has a bad line,
well
and Zeke was only good with a ridiculous line, right?
Yeah,
he was the best running back in the league with that line.
I mean,
my best friend's here also, and he's a big Cowboys fan, so he's happy hearing about Zeke and me talking about the Cowboys.
I like Ezekiel Elliott. I think that I would prefer, if I was a fan of either team, I would prefer Dalvin Cook, just like the Steven Sampson said. I like Cook. I think he got slowed down by that injury, but I liked him in Florida State. I think he's a little bit more explosive. Zeke is bigger, but I think he runs bigger, but I think Cook is a better running back. Those teams are very similar, I think. And the quarterbacks are like mediocre, but they're fine. They're like a B grade quarterbacks, I think.
I mean, I think you're being generous with B grade quarterbacks on both of them.
Really?
At best B minus. I mean, sure they'll put up, if you're talking fantasy, they'll put up some points because they're going to have to score touchdowns. But there's so many better options out there and so many young options, and we're seeing that this year. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Derek. Any team that'll improve an offensive line will get better, right? That's pretty much what everybody talks about now, how much more important the interior line is than everything. And running backs have just become running backs are like the Topps update, right? They're like the Panini Prism. They're just a commodity position. Get guy that runs fast and can go through holes.
It's like what did Mike Shanahan have to do for all those years in Denver? To open up a new can of running backs every year. Every year. 4, 5, 6 guys. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Let me ask you another question then, shifting slightly. What do you think of – do you buy into the whole – with the draft coming up this week, do you buy into the whole quarterbacks who play inferior competition are not as good as those who play the top-tier competition? Because I was watching ESPN earlier, and the 49ers are debating between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Do you think that that guys who play at like, look like Carson Wentz, somebody like that, who's had some struggles, and, comparing him to somebody like that, do you buy into the whole inferior competition thing?
Tough to say, because how many Alabama quarterbacks or LSU quarterbacks have we seen be super successful in the NFL? Yeah, right. Yeah. Mahomes, Texas Tech, wide open offense, right? So everyone's like, "Oh, system, wide open offense."
But so, even Texas Tech, I would take over, somebody like North Dakota type schools, North Dakota, stuff like that. But those guys come out of nowhere. Sometimes they are better.
So I was going to say this earlier when we were talking. From my involvement with ASU, I used to run the Alumni Association in New York City. So I met a lot of guys both here, and I met a lot of Hall of Famers, ASU Hall of Famers and NFL Hall of Famers when I did events with ASU. And a lot of young guys that were just out when they were playing, like Marion Grice when he was younger, like in the 2010 to 2015 range, Will Sutton, all those guys. And the big thing that every single guy said is all these guys have similar talent. It's just who's going to put in the work. So that's why a guy like Aaron Rodgers is successful, right? Brady successful, because they are just not only does Aaron Rodgers have the arm talent, they just watch the game, right? Peyton Manning, they just watch the game. Think about how many more athletic quarterbacks there are, and how many guys with better arms and probably more accurate than some of those guys, and they just work at it, and they work at the film, and they learn the game mentally.
I've also heard that Trey Lance is sort of being compared to Mahomes a little bit too. There's an interview with Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M, who is pretty good. I watched him a lot at A&M. It felt like it was there forever. But he was talking about they quoted him as saying Tom Brady is the best athlete of all time, and it wasn't because of that. Yeah. So, but he was asked to explain it, right? But it sort of agrees on what you just said, right? So instead, they said, why not the best quarterback? Why the best athlete? And Mond was very articulate. He's a very well-spoken guy. And he said, basically that Mond is somebody who doesn't have the biggest arm, the best feet, is super slow, all this stuff. But just like Rodgers, he is putting in the work for years.
Right.
And guys like that have those intangibles. Like look at Derek Jeter, like something like that. He wasn't the best hitter. But he put in the work, and he sells higher than what he probably should for the numbers he put up. But same with a guy like Rodgers, who's just very. I don't think Rodgers is the best. He's never look at him. He runs for these 30-yard gains, right? Nobody puts a spy on him because they don't expect him to take off like
Right.
Mahomes or Randall Cunningham or somebody like that. They're like a slow, like concrete-footed quarterback, but he still makes the best of everything, of all of his talents that he does have.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see these quarterbacks like guys like Mond who fall in the second round. I think this draft is super deep. I'm very excited to see what happens from wide receivers to quarterbacks. I mean, it's going to be good.
Yeah. No ASU guys that I think are coming into the draft this year, but we're going to be a really, really, really good team. So Nick mentions that he remembers me from Hofstra, and there were days when I did the Hofstra show where it was like the fall, and I was out till 3 a.m. drinking. And I would literally go there still drunk from the night before for those shows. That was a long time ago, pre-marriage, pre-kids.
Gyms, yeah,
it was terrible. So we're gonna take one more question, and then I'm gonna bounce because I'm gonna go home and have some dinner with my family. I think Burrow's very good, but he stay healthy with his offensive line. Andrew.
Look at Deshaun Watson and forget everything else that you are reading about him now, right? He got sacked so much with the Texans offensive line. He was fine. I think sometimes it's just a bad luck scenario. Look at Burrow's injury. It was just sort of a wrong place, wrong time, wrong moment type of thing. Deshaun Watson was running for his life. Look at Russell Wilson like 2-3 years ago. He was running for his life. He was healthy. Watson was healthy. I think Burrow can stay healthy, sure. Like when Brady got hurt, he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's going to be interesting to see if Burrow can maintain his confidence after coming back from such a major injury, though.
Right, you got to be able to stand in the pocket and still take hits, right? And he's going to get those hits, and he's got to be able to get rid of that ball a half a second to a second earlier, right? He should have the talent. So. He should have the talent around him, and adding Clowney is Adding Clowney's good on the defense, right? Because if you could be ahead of the game and you could be handing the ball off more often and have that run attack, then you could throw the ball a little bit easier because they're not going to be rushing you as much.
Yeah, so I think so. But, I think it's going to be interesting to see also how guys coming back from big quarterbacks coming back from knee injuries, if they start releasing the ball like a little bit too fast, right? If they start forcing throws because they don't want to take that hit. That's the only thing, and that can hurt you.
Well,
ways, right?
Well, there's always the preseason to get used to that, but they're not going to want to play in the preseason because they're going to be afraid they're going to get hurt. So it's all a circle of fun. So, Andrew, I appreciate you jumping on last minute and doing this. It was fun catching up with you, listening to you rant like always, and everybody that watched the reveal. Appreciate you guys doing that. I'm going to throw this up onto YouTube tonight, so it'll be up there tomorrow morning, and maybe do another one of these at the end of the week and sort of plan it a little bit better so we can prepare a guest instead of just inviting them in the last second.
Before you sign off, I'll definitely come back again if you want me. Those cards like the Badoo and stuff, they're all going on your eBay for your personal sale, or you keep holding on to a couple?
Most of this is gonna go onto eBay. Probably gonna auction a bunch of it, maybe fixed price some of the better cards. Yeah, most of it's going to go up. The football might not go up because we're probably holding that for another couple months till July, August when we're going to want to sell it. But
makes sense.
And it's a ton of update, right? I don't know if you saw the beginning of it. Ton of update.
No, I didn't see the. I did saw like halfway through on the left stack. And also, last thing too from my end is I'll be going to the Miami show this weekend. I'm setting up with Lane Kirshner, and I think Mike Hance will be there. A lot of good people are going to be at the Miami show. So if you are near the Florida area, I would highly suggest it's next Saturday and Sunday. This coming up Saturday and Sunday. So I've never been to Miami. It should be fun, but it should be a good show. And Josh, hopefully after you get the all clear from everyone at home, and Zach gets all vaccinated, you guys will set up again.
I think we're both. I know I'm double vaccinated. I think Zach's double vaccinated also. Well, we want to go to some shows, but we got to find the time to do it. So,
yeah,
but,
I know you've gotten super busy.
That's crazy. So I appreciate everybody joining us, especially you, Andrew, and we will see you guys
Absolutely.
the